Hello, dear friend. Thank you for joining me once again. I want to look for a few minutes at Lot, and maybe this teaching will help you now, maybe it will help you sometime in the future, or maybe you'll know someone whom it can help, even if it's not you at the moment. So let's look in Exodus 13 at Lot. The first thing that I noticed about Lot was that he was someone who operated in the flesh, in the human nature, not the nature of God, but in his own human nature, the flesh, what we call the carnal nature. Because in Exodus 13, there is a problem, and he makes his decision based on what looks good with his natural eyes, not looking as God would look, or not looking, with the motive of love. So he had to separate from his uncle Abraham, who had been taking care of him and raised him basically, and they had to separate because of some strife and so on. And he chose the portion of land that looked the best. But it turned out that place was very disastrous, as we will see later. But that's not only the only thing. He should have honored his uncle. He should have said, okay, you are senior to me, you've taken care of me, you've invested in my life, and now I want you to choose first. You choose the best, and I'll take what's left. No, he just said, okay, I'll go first, I'll take, this side, and, didn't even think about his uncle. Okay, the next thing I noticed about him, and that shows us an ungrateful heart. Yeah, that showed lack of gratitude for what Abraham had done for him, and so on. Okay, next thing I noticed is that actually Lot's presence in Abraham's life was retarding the blessings of God for Abraham. God wanted to bless Abraham more than he was blessing him, but he didn't do it until the moment that Lot was out of his life. Because God knows the heart of man and what was inside of Lot and the amount of strife it would have caused. And Abraham also understood the danger of strife. That's why as soon as there was strife and bickering between him and Lot or their staff, he immediately dealt with the situation. Well, God also knew how much greater it would have been if he had blessed Abraham while Lot was still in his life. I mean, Abraham was blessed, but God wanted to do more. And he did it the moment that Lot left. Isn't that interesting? The next thing I noticed about Lot, a really interesting guy, in chapter 14 of Exodus, was that he now became a liability to Abraham. So he's left, they're separated, he's out of his life, but he's still a liability. Abraham had to go rescue him. Okay, he couldn't take care of himself, so he's a liability to Abraham. He's a burden. It means that Abraham and his men had to risk their lives to keep Lot alive and to rescue him. So I hope you're getting the profile of Lot. The guy his life was a disaster, basically, right? But it gets worse. In chapter 19 of the same book, Exodus, he's living in Sodom, and these wicked men of Sodom and Gomorrah, homosexuals, the whole city, they come to Lot, banging on his door and saying, two men came into your house, we want to have sex with these men, bring them to us. You know what Lot says? Oh, no, I can't do that. These are, some special people. But I've got some news for you. I've got two daughters and they're virgins, and you can have them do whatever you want, and everybody will be happy. This is the profile. I hope you see and, understanding this is the Lot that we're dealing with. Okay, next thing, later on, the angels are coming out to destroy the city. They say, they're representatives of God, and they say, get out now. We're going to destroy this place. And go there. Lot starts to negotiate at such a sensitive moment. He said, no, I don't want to go there. I can't go there. I'm afraid. Just send me here. Let me go to this place. So he's making fear-based decisions. He's operating in the flesh again, yeah, using natural thinking instead of trusting God. And thirdly, he's disobeying a direct instruction from the representative of God. So therefore, disobeying God. Okay, but let's continue because it gets more interesting. So now, after he's disobeyed, uh, he's made the wrong choice, ends up somewhere where God didn't plan for him to be. And the next thing that happens, oh, by the way, he also, another thing that I noticed was that Lot had no respect from his family. He didn't have the respect of his family because when those angels said, "Do you have any family here? Tell them to come." You know, his sons-in-law, the husbands of his daughters, they laughed at him. So the man had no respect in his house, you know, from his family. Then his wife didn't obey the instructions given by the angel of God. They were given from God through the angels and then through Lot to his family. So she didn't respect him, she didn't respect God, and we see that what happens, you know, she turns into a pillar of salt because she disobeys the instructions. So Lot hadn't trained his wife, hadn't taught her properly how to behave in respect to him, in respect to the things of God. See? And then later on we'll see that even his daughters didn't respect him. But of course that's no surprise because he didn't respect them.